the luxurious every hotel. You can tell by the highly appointed furniture. I wanted to say to the people of Austin that I can't turn a black eye into something less painful, and that's the truth. And so, there ain't no turning black, but there ain't no turning back. And so, what I have to say is to the good people of Texas, you really have to look inside your soul and ask yourself a question as to whether or not God really resonates as part of what you do and what you breathe. And what you breed hatred. There's a lot of hatred in this terrible state. And it's a state of affairs that is a disunion and a disgrace to the 150 years ago. 150 years, everyone's going around, I pledge allegiance to a flag. Whose flag is it? It's everyone's flag, man. So I'm gonna say to everyone here in Texas, I ain't fooling. And I ain't fooling, 24 ain't fooling, and there ain't nothing foolish about this. I'm not gonna be profiled and treated with hatred because I was accepted as a white privileged homosexual in a community that didn't want to mix. This is oil and water down here. This is very dangerous. It's dangerous for people to be playing with each other's souls like this because the only thing I ever envied in life was a degree in divinity. I don't need one. I studied myself. But what I found is God is a communion of all souls. And so if you don't understand what that means, God is a communion of y'all souls. Everyone's. Jew, Hindi, Buddhist, atheist, even Satanist, for fuck's sake. It's fucking horrific to even think that I have to say that, but fuck them. Let them have their rights too. I don't care about little chicken blood on the walls. I care about shuttered violence. Shuttered violence, we're in a zero-tolerance society. It's a police state. I grew up in the government of the Cold War, where I was taught how to be a Russian cryptologic linguist as a spy in the U.S. government. Top spy, top gun nigga shit. White nigga shit back then. They put you on private DOD planes with no markings on the side and fly you to conduct site surveys with a couple of ugly weird fucks. The smartest people on the planet are the weirdest people you never want to go into a bunker with for 6 fucking weeks. Trust me, when you run out of butter, it's a problem. But back to real nigga shit here in Texas. I'm saying, black etchup. And so, because the prejudice is the minorities also against the blacks. There isn't any hope down here. I've even gotten tossed. They think they can erase me and toss me to the side like some sort of a fool. You don't end up in charge of commercial fishing globally without being a man. And by the way, all this nigga shit, everybody nigging and fucking turning their backs and cheating. If I hear one more person stand up and talk about loyalty and betrayal, look at yourself in the mirror, niggas. You're betraying yourself because then you're trying to fuck me in behind my back and trying to play like I don't play. I have never played. I don't play. Even my own government asked me to violate my own moral code, and I said no, and I was punished for it. And I'm not going to be punished for living in a country where I demand my rights. I don't give a fuck if right now I look a little black Irish. It's my size 14 shoes from the waist down. It's a long story. White girls wish I was fucking straight, because they know I'd fuck 'em right. But I'm done with this bullshit. I'm gonna chill out, sign off right now, and hang out with my little Cash Money and my little Lucas Cassius in these videos. Strangler eats. Strangler J eats. We're not playing, I'm not playing. So this is a call out that the nonsense in Texas is gonna get noticed internationally if in fact it doesn't stop and cease right now, because I really don't have to live in vain. I can live because I feel the blood in my veins. And my blood's running hot right now, so you better chill me out. And I want to start seeing some love and compliance in this community and understand that hatred against blacks is foolery. There are 50 ethnicities in one small area called the Hood in Austin, which nobody even seems, most white people don't even think that there is one. Well, it's a delightful international place. They should have weekend barbecues down there and have the wares of the different cooks, because it's different being Jamaican than it is being Ugandan. It's different being from Tobago Keys and from Brazil. There were slaves in Brazil too, niggas. Now I'm a nigga from Ireland, from some stupid ass potato famine, and fuck. Then I grew up in a fucking ghetto when I was a nigga. And then now I'm not a nigga, but now I'm a nigga again because I'm hanging out. Well, guess what? Gay people are the chief niggas. They're the original ones hated by everyone. Doesn't matter. Black, whites, green, yellow, fucking, even the blue Smurfs. I've heard some terrible things. Then you look on TV and it's fucking faggots on goddamn cartoon. SpongeBob, whatever the fuck that is. Get them faggots off the TV, niggas. I mean, my God. I watch that stuff, I think I got a hard on. I don't know what the hell's wrong with that show, but they shouldn't be talking to children about things children don't need to know. I don't need a faggot fucking sponge at the bottom of the ocean. This nigga knows how to fish. There ain't no faggot sponges on... Well, actually there is. Sponges actually do replicate through their own spores, so they're both male and female. How funny. I can't even speak a truth and untruth about... I mean... I can't even continue to say what I'm going to say without correcting myself about something that I know. That sponges self-replicate. You know, it's sort of like the clownfish that I was telling you guys about earlier. It's the only fish, and the only actual, well, I suppose it is a sentient being, fish are as well. But it can change its sex by noticing the population of male and female components within its own environment, and switch straight to a female, have the eggs and the whole 9 yards. Switch, turn back to a male and do its male thing. So that's a little bit about why KrillaS was started, because in commercial fishing, you know, my boats were catching up to 1,000 tons of fish a day. We were throwing a large percentage over the side, which was already dead, but it wasn't part of the target fishery. The National Marine Fishery Council had a lot of edicts about, if it's not your target fishery, move 5 miles. Well, you know, I mean, what do you do with the 30% or the 40% bycatch that turns out to be a non-targeted species? You throw it back over into the ocean. You know, it's a way of feeding people, but we became more and more proficient, and then when I was recently in Seattle, I found that the recovery rate's gone up from 16 to 30% in regard to the meat that can actually be, you know, the usable protein out of, you know, these fish that are average about 1.2 pounds apiece in the Bering Sea. I mean, it's the largest biomass in the world, as they say, but I think that, you know, as a collective, there's probably larger. Well, krill is a larger biomass. That is the largest biomass in the ocean. It is the basis of the entire ecosystem of the world. A krill is that, but there's 10 to 30,000 of them in 1 cubic meter, which is 3 foot by 3 foot by 3 foot by 3 foot. You know, for you smart kids that know a bit about geometry, because you can put those pieces together in your own head. So, Dr. Joe did come and visit a bit earlier today, which is one of the reasons why I digress. But I do enjoy my digressions, but I think I've gotten my point across in many ways. And my point is very much black ketchup. This is not going to happen anymore in my presence. I'm not going to allow it. It's a violation of my moral code. For me to see people being treated this way randomly and accusatorially and convictingly and perpetually, and it's 24/7 against 24 and some with 7. And so, you know, I mean, if you don't think that, you know, if you don't think that hatred eats hard. It eats real hard because it's part of the soul. Because you have to have walk the talk in order to have the heart of the beat of the soul of the message, which can resonate in only music. Can transcend the barriers of the 2,200 religions on this worth. I call it world and earth. Worth. Interesting. Sometimes I do short circuit in my linguistic flow of impression, speaking so many languages, but I came up with worth when I was trying to say world and earth. And so that, I think, is the summation of it. And the reason why I'm supposed to have a studio name, I suppose. And so the Tommy Two-Tone came out of Tom the Terminator. Well, I am Tom the Terminator. Commercial fishing, that was my nickname. That is who I am because it's something that I mastered very, very well. I know what it is, and I know how to feed the world. And it's with krill and KrillaS. And not feeding the beat, you know, and not eating the heart of the fucking message, you know, and not too much preach, because, you know, if you know, some of them are preaching without a church, and some of them need a church without a steeple. I can tell you that much. There ain't no bells ringing in that church. But I normally only smoke for 3 months during a startup. And so this has been going quite terribly, actually, until now. This is a process right now of overthrow and overtake. KrillaS has a message, and we wrote a cadence for the military. And it is for the U.S. Army Rangers, specifically, the backbone of the entire military, and everyone knows it who's in the military. Even the Marines know that the Rangers go in first and fucking clean. Then they're fucked all the time, the Rangers. They work hard, they digest 30 to 40% of their own fucking body while they're going through the goddamn training. That's real nigga shit. There is nobody pushing you up the hill. And I know what they've done, and I'm really proud of what they do. But Pantera needs to go, and that's why we came up with cadence. So with this video, a message, we're going to send you cadence, and it is for the military, so that they have something fresh to listen to when they're going out to battle in the hour and a half to 3 hours it takes. I understand superstition can be superseded by good, and Triple Diamond Standard, which is now 3D, trademarked by me, Thomas Manning III. So, anyways, I'll rap at you another time, but black at you about this black eye. If you don't fall in, you will fall out, because we're not here to teach and preach, but everyone will be accepted in my presence. Anyone dare give the wrong glance in my presence the wrong way one more time, I'm going to do a call out on this, and this call out's going to get a little more aggressive until people look at the fact that we need to respect each other. You don't go running through the grocery store with H-E-B, heeb, the place. I mean, I always end up in the fucking bath salt section. But that goddamn store, you don't go walking through saying, look at that Italian wop over there. Look at that Jew fucking bastard. Look at that, I don't remember that. Oh, that nigga, the nigga, right. Well, a nigga is not a black person nigga. A nigga is a fucking nigga who doesn't know how to, never ignorant getting goals accomplished, as I have to give my hats off to Justin Wells, Mr. Judd on that. But it also is, there's a difference between nigger and nigga. And so, there ain't no baling hay and saying, hey, nigga. And so, sometimes it can be okay, sometimes it isn't okay. But the wicked niggas, the fucking white bitches, are the ones that stole the most money from me, but that's fine, because I'm going to support their children and their rights against molestation. There's an awful lot that I've been holding back, but I do think very quickly, because I don't think in English. I don't have to slow down for my own fucking mouth. I'm always prepared to say whatever I need to, and I could do this all day. With just a little dro sometimes is all I'm saying, hey, and I'm signing off. So, tonight, KrillaS eats. No takeout allowed.